Alright, this is a tutorial on how to create leopard print out of vinyl. If you wanted to do different color vinyl, I did the tumbler that has the leopard print with the blue and black spots. I started with this image I found on Google. I just did animal print or cheetah print or leopard print or something and found an image and I traced it. The problem with doing this is that you can't trace the brown parts in the middle. You can only really trace the black parts. So I left the high pass filter on and just increased it till the black was all filled in, and then I hit trace and I move this out of the way. So I have no problem getting the black parts of the leopard spots. The problem is the inner parts. And the only way I could figure out how to do it was to create them myself. So I painstakingly took each one of these spots that I wanted to use and I created the centerpiece myself. I did keep some of these that were just the black spots because I think that adds to the leopard print look. I don't think they all need to have the color. So I pulled out a lot of the little black ones and I just cut those out in black. So what I did, I'm just going to use these few to show you, was I went over here to the circle tool. Well, let me color these in so you can see. I made all these black so I could see what I was doing. And then I went to the circle tool, clicked on the blue, and I drew a blue circle. And I drew a blue circle for each one of them. And it really doesn't matter what size it is because you're going to go back and fix it. But let me show you what I did. So I sent this to the back, and then I just kind of adjusted as it needed to be adjusted. I just made sure that it wasn't coming out the sides anywhere or cutting off anything. I just made the spot kind of go where I wanted it to go. And then sent it back. Kind of just move it however you want it. This is very painstaking. That's why I said I was going to charge a fortune if somebody asked me to do this again. This is not easy. It is very time consuming. I literally put this off for about 3 weeks because I didn't want to do it. I knew it was going to be this hard. But you can kind of just move it around and angle your pieces until you get everything where you want it. Send to back. Let's see, this one needs to come back some more. There we go. Okay, kind of like that. Whatever you want your spots to look like, you can honestly make them like this, okay? Now, the thing that I didn't want to do was to have a full little circle behind this. I didn't want this circle to sit behind the black because when you layer it on the cup, you're going to see that. You're going to see the outline of that circle underneath the black. So all you have to do is highlight all of them. Go to Object, Modify, and Subtract All. Now what that does is, I'm going to group the black parts together so you can see. It takes them and conforms them and subtracts out anything that's not visible. So, like I had to go through here and clean all this up. I would ungroup that to get rid of that little spot. And then I tried to keep this all grouped together if I could so I could move it back and forth where I needed it to be. But once I did all the spots, I actually ended up with about a half a page of each, the black, and then a half a page of the blue. And this is what I ended up with. I just duplicated it. You can see there's a lot of the same shapes. That one looks like a backwards H is here and here. So I just duplicated, like I'd copy a chunk and duplicate it 2 or 3 times. And then I made all my circles. And then I went in individually and clicked and held the shift key down and clicked on this blue dot, this blue dot, this blue dot, this one, this one, this one. And I highlighted every single blue dot and grouped them together. So when I had finished highlighting all of them, I just grabbed them all, made sure I had all of them, and I moved them down here. and I left them exactly where they were. I put a big strip of 12-inch by 5 inches worth of black on my mat, and then 4 inches by 12 inches of this blue green on my mat. So when I cut it all out, I weeded it, and I cut. I took my scissors and I cut like through here. I cut this in half. I cut this one strip off, and then I peeled off this one with transfer tape and laid it on that and stuck it on the cup. I peeled this one off, laid it right on top of that, stuck it on the cup. I used the same piece of transfer tape until it wasn't sticky anymore. Then I pulled off another little piece. And I grabbed this one, I stuck it on top of that one, and I stuck it on the cup. I just randomly put them on the cup where I felt they needed to go, and it really looks really cute, but it is a lot of work. That's the only way I know how to do this. I know if you had a better pattern to start with, you might be able to trace that center color, but I figured this is an easy way around it because I couldn't figure out how to get the brown parts to trace by themselves. So I just made my own centerpieces. And of course you can do whatever color leopard print you want. You can make it pink or whatever. But I thought it turned out pretty cute. I'm not a huge fan of leopard print, but my friend is. And I think she's going to love it. So that's all I can really think of right now. If you have any questions, just say